You are born in 1988 in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Your father works shifts. Your mother keeps the calendar. You grow up inside routine and pressure. And you learn early that calm is a skill, not a mood. In 1998, you watch the news with adults, and you don't understand the politics. You understand the tone, the way a country sounds when it's scared. By 2002, you're a teenager who doesn't talk much at school, but you never miss practice. Wrestling season, then cross-country, then the weight room. You like sports that hurt quietly. You're not trying to be tough. You're trying to be dependable. In 2004, you graduate high school in Virginia and take a job that feels temporary. You're an adult now, but still in your hometown. You hate that feeling. In 2005, you enlist in the U.S. Army. At MEPS, the questions are simple and the consequences are not. You sign papers that lock your next years into government time. You ship to basic and then to infantry training, and the first real lesson hits you. The Army doesn't reward intensity. It rewards consistency. In 2006, you volunteer for Airborne and end up tied to the culture that lives around Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the giant hub of airborne and special operations. The name on the gate changes over the years, but the gravity stays the same. You learn to show up early, speak little, and do the boring things right. Boots dry, gear clean, hydration, socks, blisters, the small humiliations that decide who lasts. In 2008, you start chasing harder standards. You see the Special Forces pipeline like a distant mountain. You don't tell people you want it. You just start living like a man who will need it. Long runs, rucks, grip strength, sleep discipline. In 2009, you get your chance and travel to Camp McCall, North Carolina, the field environment used for Special Forces assessment and selection. This is where your body stops being the main problem. Your mind becomes the main problem. The nights feel short. The days feel long. Nobody gives speeches. You are evaluated through fatigue, navigation stress, and how you behave when nobody is clapping. You pass. And in 2010, you begin the longer transformation under the John F. Kennedy Special Warfare Center and school footprint around Fort Bragg and Camp McCall. You learn that the myth is, elite men do elite things. The reality is, elite men do ordinary things flawlessly. You learn communications discipline, medical fundamentals, planning, team problem solving. You learn to be useful, not flashy. By 2012, you're assigned as a Green Beret. Your job is real missions, real partners, real consequences, often away from cameras. You notice something. The best operators don't look like movie characters. They look like regular men with very controlled habits. And you also learn the price. Relationships bend, sleep breaks. Your nervous system becomes a machine that never fully powers down. Then comes the door that is never advertised. In 2014, you're moved into a quiet evaluation stream that you don't describe in emails or phone calls. The people who speak to you are calm and specific. They don't hype anything. They ask questions like a doctor. How do you handle uncertainty? How do you react when a teammate fails? Do you need credit? The selection process is designed to filter out the wrong personality as much as the wrong body. The unit does not need heroes. It needs professionals who stay stable when everything turns ugly. You are accepted into 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment-Delta, commonly called Delta Force, originally established in 1977 and based at Fort Bragg. Now your life becomes 2 lives. The first life is what your neighbors see, a man who goes to work and comes home. The second life is what you never fully explain, a man who trains for a phone call that can erase the next month of his calendar. Most training days start before sunrise. Strength first, then endurance. Not gym endurance, operational endurance. You train to carry weight and still think clean. Then team blocks, then individual blocks, then scenario blocks. You repeat fundamentals until you can't get them wrong. Your primary weapon category is a carbine platform in the M4 family or similar modern SOF carbines. Your secondary weapon category is a service pistol, commonly within the Glock or SIG families depending on mission needs. You train with night vision, suppressors when required, radios and medical gear treated like life insurance. You carry restraint sometimes because the mission is capture, not chaos. You don't worship weapons. You worship function. Your pay is military pay by rank plus incentive and special pays tied to assignments. The real compensation is status you can't talk about, and stress you can't delete. Now, call signs. Your call sign becomes Ledger. You get it in 2016 after a brutal evaluation run. The plan changes twice. The team is exhausted. You're the one who quietly writes down the new sequence, catches a mismatch that would have caused a safety issue, and adjusts without ego. The team leader says, Ledger. It sticks. Your team, 6 people. Vesper, team leader. Calm voice. Strategic mind. Knock, breacher. Engineer brain, hates unknown variables. Patch, medic, steady hands, calm center. Morse, communications, fast hands, invisible backbone. Glint, overwatch. Patient, observant. And you, Ledger, the flex, the stabilizer. You cover your face in public. Not for style, for security. Identity leaks create real-world risk. Families become targets. Privacy becomes armor. Operations fall into categories: counterterrorism, hostage rescue, high-risk capture missions, sensitive support to national objectives. You study history. Operation Eagle Claw in April of 1980. The lessons, the reforms, the birth of tighter joint coordination. You rehearse until movement becomes automatic. You run failures on purpose. You debrief brutally. You fix what breaks first under stress. In 2019, your team shifts to higher readiness. Your phone becomes a trigger. You stop planning life. You plan windows. Then comes the alert. Hostage, American, overseas, armed captors, dense environment, limited time. You stage at a secure coalition facility. You rehearse again. Timing, entry points, medical contingencies, extraction. Not because it's dramatic, because it reduces chaos. You mask up. Not for mystery, for risk control. Mission night compresses everything. Helmet, gloves, radio check. Vesper. You good? You. Good. The operation goes wrong in a small way that multiplies. A structural detail is different than expected. A civilian moves unpredictably. A delay compresses your timeline. Inside, the hostage is alive. The captor is close. The air feels tight. Knock handles the obstacle in front. Patch prepares for worst case. Morse keeps comms stable. Glint watches angles. Vesper controls pace. You move to stabilize the hostage's position. Then impact. A sharp crack. A fragment. A ricochet. You feel it before you understand it. Breath becomes shallow. Vision narrows. You stay upright long enough to finish one task. You push the hostage toward your team. Patch says your call sign once. Ledger. Not dramatic. Just recognition. You fall without ceremony. Your team completes the mission. The hostage leaves alive. You don't. You die during extraction. Quietly. Professionally. Afterward, there are no press conferences with your name. Your family receives a flag. Your unit receives silence. Your teammates return to training. Myth, Delta is a superhero club. Reality, it's a system for reliability under extreme pressure. Myth, they're rich. Reality, they're paid like military professionals. The cost is personal. Myth, they operate without structure. Reality, they operate inside one of the most coordinated special operations ecosystems in the world. Myth, the mask is style. Reality, it's security. Final scoreboard. Years in uniform, nearly 2 decades. Public recognition, minimal. Classified missions, most. Visible scars, hidden. Invisible cost, permanent. Outcome, hostage alive. Operator lost. You are not remembered for being cinematic. You are remembered for being steady. And in that world, steady is everything.